Hi, my name is Maddie, and welcome back to my channel, where today I am talking about a movie series that I hold near and dear to my heart about the effects of segregation and discrimination. Talking about dissent. Zombies. We're talking about Zombies. Zombies is a film series that first aired on Disney Channel in 2018. The series includes 3 movies, the second and third releasing in 2020 and 2022 respectively. The main characters in these films are Zed, played by Milo Manheim, Addison, played by Meg Donnelly, Eliza, played by Kylie Russell, and Bucky, played by Trevor Torjman. There's a lot of other important people, but I'll mention that when we get there. These are just kind of the basic people you should know. That was a pretty quick intro. Let's get into it. The movie starts out in a comic book style animation that explains the lore of Seabrook. The SparkNotes version is that some dudes were really clumsy and they spilled some juice on the button table in a power plant, and that turned people into zombies. Pretty cool, I guess. Then those zombies started to try and eat people, which is no good. So the Normos decided to banish them to the Isle of the Lost. Just kidding. They go to what is now their own side of town called Zombieland. Later, they get these things called Z-bands that are watches that keep them from eating people. They could have tried to find a cure or something, but no. They were like, just get them watches. I'll do the trick. They are also issued government clothing that they have to wear. We cut to the current day where we meet Zed, who is your average zombie teenage boy who likes football. From him, we learn that today is the first day that zombies get to go to Normo High School, and Zed wants to try out for the football team. Then we cut to our other main character, Addison, who is practicing school cheers in her bedroom. Today is her first day of Normo High School, and she's a Normo. Or is she? She tells us that she actually wears a blonde wig, very Hannah Montana core, because she has white hair. For context, basically after the whole zombie incident, Seabrook became really insistent on things being the same, and if you just look a little bit different, they don't really like you, so that's why she wears the wig. We find out that her mom is the mayor. It's not really important, just a little fun fact. Oh, also, Addison really likes cheer, and so that's what she wants to do at school. Then she sings a song titled My Year. This song is about her year. Zed also sings this song about wanting to do football. This song is also about his year. In his part of the song, we meet his friend Eliza, who is an activist girly and wants to fight against the oppression of zombie people. We also meet Bonzo, who only speaks in zombie. Zed, Eliza, Bonzo, and other zombies arrive at school, so does Addison and all the other Normo people, and they are separated by a fence. The zombies have to be in the basement because they can't be in the regular school. That's yucky. Also, the principal in this scene reminds me so much of the head Shizdris from the Wicked movie. Anyway, Zed sneaks out to go to football tryouts, but someone sees him in the hallway and pulls the fire alarm for zombie alerts. By coincidence, both Zed and Addison end up in a zombie safe room, but the lights are off. When they turn on, Addison punches Zed because she's afraid of zombies, but then she calls him cute. What a meet cute, am I right? They instantly like each other. Very high school of them. Addison gets dragged out of the room by Bucky, who is her cousin and also the captain of the cheer team. At football tryouts, Zed can't join the team because he's a zombie. Who could have seen that coming? And at cheer tryouts, everybody sings this song called Fired Up. This song is about being fired up. Addison gets on the team and uses her nepotism to get her friend Bree on as well. We meet Bucky's minions named Stacy, Lacey, and Tracy, aka the Aces. As part of their cheer initiation, Addison and Bree have to go egg a house in Zombie Town, but Eliza's mom walks up to them and scares them on accident, so Bucky drives off without them. Then because of this whole ruckus, Zed walks out of his house and sees Addison and gets all sad. Also, they would have egged Zed's house had Eliza's mom not been there. Real hero of the story. The next day, Addison is talking to Bucky and she says that picking on zombies is wrong. He says he does not care. She then goes to the basement to apologize to Zed and invites him to the pep rally later that day. Zed encourages some zombies to go, but when Bucky hears word that zombies will be there, he gets out these sparklers because zombies are afraid of fire. I'm not sure if this is a common trait in zombie folklore, but whatever. At the pep rally, Zed hits his Z-band, which malfunctions it, so then he turns into a zombie. Then Addison gets thrown in the air because the cheer is still happening, and then Zed goes to catch her. The impact from catching Addison makes his Z-band go back to normal. Also on his way there, he runs into the football players and sends them flying because he's super strong when he's a zombie. So the football coach and the principal make a deal, so now Zed can be on the football team. Zed then makes a deal with the principal that zombies will get more rights in the school if he helps them win more football games, which I feel like should be kind of illegal. The first thing that he gets is that now all zombies are allowed to eat in the Normo cafeteria. Addison goes to talk to Zed, but she gets drug away by the Aces, who tell her that hanging out with zombies is like social suicide. Afterwards, Zed and Addison hang out in the hallway, and then they go to that zombie safe room that they were in at the beginning of the movie, and they sing a song titled Someday. This is the best song in the entire franchise, and I think the writers knew that because they put it in every single movie afterwards. She also tells him that she wears a wig. Then the first football game happens, and they are losing like they always do because Zed isn't using his Z-band to make him a zombie. So Eliza helps him hijack it so that he can be all strong but not want to eat people. Then they win the game and a bunch of games after that thanks to Zed. Bucky does not like this one bit because he's racist. So he makes Addison choose between her or Zed. She picks him because she wants to cheer. She always leaves little notes in Zed's locker though to communicate with him. Zed invites Addison to the zombie party one night and they all sing a song titled Bam, and they also do a very interesting dance number. This song is pretty bad in case you were wondering. I really hope they don't play it again. Zed is low-key dying because of the whole Z-band hacking thing and he keeps this a secret from everyone. Not a great idea. Addison wanders around around and find Zed's little sister Zoe doing cheers with her stuffed dog. Eliza and Addison have a bonding moment, and Zed and Addison sing a reprise of Someday, the first of many. The police then show up and crash the party. Addison explains to her parents that she was out with a boy, and they tell her that she can't cheer until they meet him. The next day, presumably, is the last football game, and the ACs overhear Zed and Eliza talking about hijacking his Z-Band. They tell Bucky and also steal Eliza's computer to hijack him and other people's Z-Bands. Addison tells Zed about her parents, and so he shows up that day fully human. Apparently, if he switches his Z-Band a certain way, he can just look human. Then they go on a date as normos. Addison says that it's not fair that they have to go out that way, but Zed says he does not care. At the game, the ACs are able to hijack Eliza, Zed, and Bonzo's Z-Bands, and so they almost start eating people, which is not ideal. Zed almost kills Bucky, but then an officer gets to him, and he's back to normal. The trio gets shipped off to Zombie Town in the back of a van. Addison then sings a song called Stand. This song is about her standing up to prejudice. Then she takes off her wig in front of the entire student body, apparently, and they start booing her. I also really hate the wig that they gave her for her freaky hair. It's so awful to look at. Personally, I would boo too. Due to the hijacking, the Z-Bands get a new upgrade, and so then Eliza starts a rebellion. The cheer competition is the next day, I think, and Bucky kicks like everyone off the team if they support zombies. Zombies are now kicked back down to the basement due to recent events, and Zed and Bonzo find blueprints in Eliza's locker that insinuate that she will sabotage the cheer championship. So Zed and Bonzo go to stop her. The Seabrook cheer team does awful without Eliza's plan in action. Then Zoe goes out on stage and does a little cheer, and this random ass man says this. Get off the stage, zombie! Then a bunch of zombies and cheerleaders go out and perform Fired Up again. I really hope they don't play this song in another movie. Also, Bree and Bonzo were together. Don't ask me where this came from. I don't know. At the end, there's a block party in Zombie Town, and they sing Bam again. And then the series should have ended there, but it didn't, unfortunately. Here's a fun fact no one asked for. The original concept for zombies was introduced to Disney Channel back in 2011 and was going to be called Zombies and Cheerleaders. The series was greenlit for a pilot, but was ultimately never picked up. But the idea resurfaced and was structured into the current films that we have today. In the pilot, Zed was played by Luke Benward of Girl vs. Monster or Cloud9 fame, Maya Mitchell of Teen Beach Movie fame and that one episode of Jessie as Addison, and John DeLuca, also of Teen Beach Movie fame, as Bucky. There were some other people that I didn't know of as well. The main plot was relatively the same. Zed adjusts to a new life at school with normo people, but Addison slowly begins to like him as opposed to them being instantly in love in the movie. This pilot is not available anywhere to my knowledge other than like the Disney Channel archive, and I have a feeling those won't be released ever. So there's really actually no way for me to watch this. So I unfortunately cannot review. No, there's no cutaway this time. I actually don't have The main colors of Seabrook include pink, blue, and surprisingly green. The zombies obviously carry the green of the movie, but they also incorporate some reds and some various neutral colors. The marketing likes to take the simple approach of using two main colors, like pink and green. You know, if you really think about it, everything is actually just Wicked. That's all I had to say about this section. I just needed to throw that Wicked reference in there somewhere. We start this movie very similarly to the last, with more comic book animations. We get a recap of last movie, and then they drop some new lore that they conveniently forgot to mention last movie, because they hadn't thought of it yet. Apparently back when Seabrook was invented, the Christopher Columbus of the time were fighting with werewolves over this thing called the Moonstone because it generated a lot of power. But Columbus and friends steal it and bury it somewhere. I wonder what this is a reference to. Back in the present day, Zed is playing with his sister and her friends on the beach, and he fills us in from last movie. Seabrook is repealing all anti-zombie laws, and Zombie Town is now open to everyone. Also, the football coach has a froyo cart. Not really important, but mentioned it anyway. To show us that zombies are now accepted everywhere, Zed goes to visit his dad at his first day of work at the Seabrook power plant. Also, Zed's dad's name is Zevon. Shout out Bradley. Meanwhile, Addison is at cheer camp where Bucky subtly foreshadows the plot of this movie because he tells them a legend about werewolves. Also, there's a new AC. His name is Kevin. Another note is that Addison's hair is so much better in this movie. They give her a fantastic wig to work with. Then they all sing a song called We Got This. This song is about how they got this. If you're wondering what this is, I don't know. The cheer team is on a bus back to Seabrook from camp, and Zed is in the middle of the road setting up a sign to ask Addison to the prawn. Yes, like the crustacean, which is their version of prom because everything they do has to be seafood related. They're the mighty shrimps. So yeah. The bus almost runs him over, then it crashes into the forest where everybody starts hearing growls. Then they all assume that it's werewolves and they go to town hall to discuss. Because of this, all monsters, aka zombie laws, are now reinstated, which isn't great. There's also this guy walking around in a blue suit that looks suspiciously like Daniel Davenport from Lab Rats. We find out that he's actually a werewolf, except his name is Wyatt. He goes back to the other wolves, the main ones being Willa and baby Ariel. Her name is Winter, just in case you were wondering. In short, the werewolves are kind of dying because the necklaces that give them life are running out of power, and the only thing that powers it is the Moonstone that was stolen all those years ago. Also, there's this prophecy about a girl with white hair who will lead them to it. I think you can imagine where this is going. Then they sing a song titled We Own the Night. This song is about how they own the night, as well as the Alpha, the leader, and the one to trust. They sneak into the school, and that'll come in later. Bucky is running for class president, and so is Zed, so that he can get zombies back into the prawn. At the assembly, the werewolves show up, and they ask Addison where the moonstone is because they automatically assume that she's just the lady from the prophecy. She says she doesn't know, and then the werewolves come up with some roundabout plan of finding it, so they just decide to join the school. Another problem is that Zed, obviously he wants to win class president, but if he does, then Bucky is still the cheer captain, and Addison wants to be cheer captain. Zed tries to convince the werewolves to vote for him, and tries to convince them to fit in, which is a choice. Then they sing a song titled Like the Zombies Do. This song is about how the zombies do. Then the wolves crash Addison's cheer practice, and they slay. Zed gets jealous that Wyatt and Addison are looking at each other. They have a fight because Addison is upset that she doesn't belong to a minority, and so she sings a song titled Where I Belong. Guess what that song's about? Then the werewolves take Addison to their cave, and she gets a new outfit and is now part of the pack. Then they sing a song titled Call to the Wild. This song is about being called to the wild. Also, Addison figures out that the moonstone is underneath the Seabrook power plant, and it's about to be demolished, like I think that night or the next day. The werewolves also give her this necklace that will turn her into a werewolf. Zed steals this, and then the werewolves get mad at Addison for losing it. Then Zed and Bucky debate for president via a rap song titled I'm Winning. This song is about winning. Zed then zombies out because Addison's moonstone thing messes with his Z-band. Eliza talks to him, and he realizes he forgot who he truly is. At the power plant, the wolves do a song and dance about how they shouldn't demolish the building because it could destroy the moonstone. The song is titled Flesh and Bone. Addison brings the cheer and zombie group from school to help them protest. Addison finds out that Zed stole her necklace, and she gets mad, rightfully so. She puts on the necklace and doesn't turn into a werewolf because, surprise, she's actually not a werewolf. Who would have thought? Then the power plant blows up, and then the wolves kind of start dying. Bucky becomes president, so zombies still can't go to prawn, but they team up with the wolves and go anyway. Como City say, icons? Zed and Addison make up, and they sing a reprise of Someday, again. Then the ground gets all torn up because the moonstone sends an earthquake all throughout town, like in Stranger Things Season 4. They somehow get it out from underneath the ground, and Zed almost dies. Then they go back to prawn and sing a song called All for One. This song is about how they are one for all, or all for one. Our real summer has just begun. At the very end, while Addison is sleeping, a meteor of sorts crashes into Seabrook. I wonder what that can mean. Fun fact, both Milo Manheim, who plays Zed, and Chandler Kinney, who plays Willa, both appeared on Dancing with the Stars. Milo was on season 27 and was partnered with professional dancer Whitney Carson. He did really well and scored second place to Bobby Bones, who, if you didn't know, is a radio show host and someone I had personal beef with when this happened. I'm over it now though, so I apologize, Bobby, for the one-sided animosity I had towards you. Chandler was on the most recent season, that being season 33, and was partnered with professional dancer Brandon Armstrong. I didn't watch this season, but according to my sister, she was robbed. They placed third. One special thing about her time here is that on Disney night, which is exactly what it sounds like, she did a dance to We Own the Night. I just really love that. That's so cute. Milo and some other cast members came to support her that night, which is just the cherry on top for me. Also great promotion for Zombies 4. Sorry, back to it. How do you think this movie is going to start? If you guessed a comic book intro, you'd be right. We get a very short recap of the last two movies and plot of this movie. Apparently monsters still can't go to college, but they can go to high school. I don't know. Something different about this movie is that it actually originally aired on Disney Plus as opposed to Disney Channel, like the other two, and you can really tell. Like, not in a bad way, it just feels a little more professional. I don't know why, but that's just my take on that. Apparently, if the football team wins this next game, Zed will be the first zombie to go to college, thus opening the doors for all monsters to go. Poor Zed cannot catch a break. He has to be the one to do everything. Also, Eliza's on a tablet this whole movie because she has an internship at Z Corp, which is the maker of Z-Bands. In real life, the actress Kylie Russell was actually pregnant during filming, so they needed her to do something where you couldn't tell. Our other main character, Addison, is cheer captain and got into seemingly the only college near Seabrook, so that's why Zed really needs to get in so they can be together, obviously. Also, I don't like her hair in this movie. There's a cheer performance and they sing Fired Up. Sorry. A huge meteor hits something in the sky, and apparently nobody saw this except for Willa and Wyatt. Their moonstone necklaces glow red, and Willa assumes that something is wrong, a fair assumption. Also, Wyatt likes Eliza, and that's his whole plot of this movie. At the football pep rally, some scouts are there from Mountain College, which is the only college apparently, and then a UFO descends onto Seabrook. Yeah, this movie is about aliens. Then everyone sings a song titled Alien Invasion. This song is about an alien invasion. The song also sucks. We meet our three main aliens, Alan, played by icon Matt Cornett, Allie, and Aspen. They're looking for coordinates to get to their new planet, which are hidden in the most precious thing in Seabrook. They get this message from their scout leader, and we'll get to that later. The aliens pretend that they are there for Addison's cheer off to hide their mission from everyone. The aliens are allowed to stay until the cheer competition is over, so that means that their UFO is just kind of hovering above Seabrook. Also, the ship is named Mothership, and it is voiced by RuPaul. Shout out RuPaul. Zed and Addison sing a song titled Ain't No Doubt About It. This song is about how there ain't no doubt about it being staying together. The werewolves are suspicious of the aliens, and also the aliens go to school now.
Have to go to school now?
For some reason. The aliens also have these devices that can scan people's brains, and they use them to look through people's memories to see if they know anything about the most precious thing in Seabrook. The aliens are really smart and good at everything, so Alan beats all of Zed's records, and so now Zed can't get into college. The aliens help Zed with his application station though, because he offers to help them look for their new home. The aliens believe that the coordinates are in the moonstone because Zed tells them it's the most important thing or whatever, but it's actually not, so they just have unnecessary beef with the werewolves for a bit. Because of this, the werewolves sing a song titled Come On Out. The aliens get beamed up to their ship, and so does Addison. Weird. She finds Zed there because Aspen has a crush on him. Also, Addison finds out that she's part alien because her grandma was actually the scout leader that sent them on that mission. Hooray! She can't really use the alien tech though, so they don't let her into the group. Zed has an interview with these other scouts from Mountain College, and he sings a song titled Exceptional Zed. This song is about how Zed is Exceptional Zed. During the interview, Addison's powers start to kick in, and she zaps Zed, which makes him zombie out, which scares the interviewer, but then he sings a reprise of Exceptional Zed, and that seems to win her over because then he gets in. The werewolves find one of those alien mind probe things, and so then they decide to call the police because the aliens lied about their mission. Because of this, the aliens cannot compete in the cheer competition, and they planned on doing that so that they could win the Seabrook Cup, which they think has the coordinates to their new home. Addison sings a song titled I'm Finally Me. Thank God, let's move on. Seabrook does their cheer and they win. Addison then turns into an alien and has a really bad blue wig. They find out that the map to their new home is actually Addison's DNA because apparently she was the most precious thing in Seabrook, of course. Because of this, she has to leave Seabrook to guide them to their new home, and she also has to leave Zed by that metric. The werewolves lend the Moonstone to help power up the mothership because they low-key broke it a little bit ago. Eliza and Wyatt finally realize that they like each other, and we get the best line in the entire franchise. Also, Aspen likes Willa. Zed almost dies again because he has to help Addison power the ship. Zed and Addison say goodbye to each other, and they have their first on-screen kiss. Yeah, so that's actually not true at all. They kissed in the second movie at the prawn. I completely forgot about that. So yeah, this part made me cry. That is unfortunately still true. Then everyone starts singing a reprise of, you guessed it, Someday, because it's the best song in the entire franchise. Everyone is now getting ready for graduation, and Addison finds out that Seabrook was the home all along. Who could have seen that coming? They'll go back home and sing a song titled Nothing But Love. This song is about, oh, whatever, this bit's so old. And that's the end of Zombies. For now. Now, if you thought I was going to talk about Zombies, the reanimated series, then you would be very sadly mistaken. I'm still a frequent watcher of Disney Channel, and no, that's not an embarrassing thing to say. So I've seen most of the episodes, and I can tell you right now, it is not canonical to the series whatsoever. I guess if the fourth movie comes out and proves me wrong, then I will eat my words and I'll just include it with that video. How about that? If you are interested in Zed and Addison really cute couple moments, then I would definitely recommend the show. Now, of course, I have to talk about my problems because why wouldn't I? And my only main problem is just Addison's character. This is absolutely no hate to Meg Donnelly, by the way. I freaking love her. It's just Addison. I understand that her character represents not fitting in and not knowing where you belong, but she's actually just like the most annoying person on planet Earth, I think. Like every time that she compares wearing a wig to actual segregation is so mind-boggling to me. I understand that yes, she is an outcast in the sense that she's different, but not to the same extent, girly. Like read The Room. I know that she's kind of been conditioned this way living in Seabrook, and I'm sure her parents did not help with this whole narrative at all. So I see why she would think that way. I personally just can't stand it. In a way, the writers kind of made a complex character. Good job. Like with the Descendants series, do I find these movies stupid? Yes, but I still love them regardless. Disney Channel is notorious for making movies with a message, and I think these movies deliver without really like shoving it down your throat, minus the first movie, but they kind of needed to world build, so that's fine. That being said, Zed is my favorite character because he got all the best jokes in the movies, and I mean, come on. Look at it. I hope that this video encourages you to go watch these films by yourself so then you can witness the best line in all of cinema. Thank you so much for watching. I recommend watching my Descendants video after this if you're really bored. If not, consider subscribing to see whatever video I post next. I'm working on a really big one. Unsure of when that will come out though. But stay notified. That's all I've got for today. Bye-bye.